What's up, YouTube? I'm Loco, and we're going to be talking about hammocks today, alright? I slept in a hammock 90% of the Hoka motorcycle challenge, and it was the best sleep I was able to get for myself. I'm here to tell you, when sleeping outside doing long distance riding, nobody wants to get a hotel, but I tell you what, you get yourself a hammock and you're gonna be sleeping in comfort. So in this episode, we're gonna be going through kind of the different setups that I've got, the different equipment, and how you can be successful using a hammock on the road. Let's go ahead and start with the different components of my hammock system. As you see here, you got the rainfly, the hammock, bug net, underquilt, top quilt, ridge line, and stakes for the rainfly, and then my straps. Moving forward, we're going to go ahead and set it up, starting with the straps. Any old straps will do, but these ones are the Atlas straps made by Eno. They're fantastic. You can use them on the long stretch for around trees, or there's a shorter stretch that you can put around smaller poles, such as posts for awnings, which I used frequently on the Hoka. One goes on each side of the hammock. As you can see here, what we're setting up here is essentially what the hammock will hang from. So you want to judge your distance between the two anchor points. Each hammock is going to vary, but I typically go with around, 12 feet-ish. After using a hammock for so many years, you can kind of just guesstimate by looking at it. That being said, though, you are able to span longer distances with the straps that you have. So, for example, mine, I can span a good gap. There's a lot of wiggle room with the straps that I have, so I can span something that's 15-20 feet versus the shorter span. But as you'll see in some pictures later, we can even go shorter than that. But got it connected, and now you're essentially ready to hang. What I'm going to do now, though, is set up the ridge line. This is simply a piece of paracord with what's called a cam jam. This is right here in this picture. That essentially use a carabiner on one end, and then you can see me cinch it tight on the other end. Now this video is sped up a little bit just because it takes a few minutes. Now the ridge line is what the bug net that I'm setting up now is going to be attached to. It's the structure that keeps it up in the air and out of your face, but also the rainfly will drape over the ridge line as well. Now that we've seen the bug net being set up and ready to go, let's talk about insulation and how you're going to stay warm in your hammock. A lot of hammock systems will use a underquilt and or a top quilt, and what you see right now is me setting up the underquilt, which is essentially an oblong piece of sleeping bag that clips into the carabiners at each end of the hammock and then kind of conforms to your body, insulating it throughout the night. It's a little sloppy at first when you first hook it in, but once you lay in the hammock, it certainly conforms to your body a lot better. And there are tons of different types of underquilts and or top quilts, but I just stuck with the Eno brand since most of my gear, all of my gear for hammocking is Eno brand. But as you can see, it kind of tucks in and conforms to your body and is real comfy, keeps the wind off, absolutely. Moving towards the top quilt. Top quilt is just a weirdly designed sleeping bag that is a little bit more custom tailored to a person being able to sleep comfortably and insulate the top portion of their body while they're laying in the hammock. So there's an attachment point at the end where it closes, and there's a drawstring at the bottom as well, but for the most part it's open to lay on top of your body, much like a regular blanket. So once the whole system is put together, you can go ahead and take a seat in it, get comfy, and it'll conform to your body real nice. So check this out as I get comfy, getting ready for a little appetizer.
Much later.
As you can tell, the hammock is a very versatile sleep system that all fits in one saddlebag. This sleep system will allow you to sleep anywhere, evident by the pictures of my sleeping setups during the Hoka Hay. You can see the various combinations. When there were bugs, I used the bug net. When there weren't, I slept completely open. If it was warm enough, I didn't even use the sleeping bag. Now, I didn't use the under quilt or the top quilt, but moving forward, I think I will be. Now, the hammock is a great way to sleep, so if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me, shoot me a message. But other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. And as always, like and subscribe, share the video, tell everybody about Support Your Local Loco.